Hi there, my name is Moses Akerele, they call me Ogbeni Mo, and I'm on Screen Talk with SIMPLETV.
Mr. Lover, stay in your house.
What?
All this one that you're forming nice. Are you trying to seduce me?
No. I'm just...
It's okay if you are.
What do? I do a lot of things. I like to easily just call myself a multimedia personality, given the things I do, which are sort of around the media. I'm an actor, I'm a writer, I'm a presenter, I'm a producer, and a director. At least let's leave it at that for now. Yekakokiri. I think it's in the little things from when I was younger. As far back as primary 3, I was casting news in my primary school. I was doing like series toba, all those kind of things. Yeah, so and I was in the drama unit, I was singing, I was doing all of those things. I mean, that the school needed us to do, but I feel like I was always there because they saw that I could do it. It was something I really loved to do and I could do it. So that was it, primary knowledge. I went on to still do that in secondary school. I was in the press club and all of those. I was news editor and all of that thing, drama coordinator. Yep. And then I went on to uni to study mass communication. But before uni, I started working here in Lagos. I got a job with a magazine. It was a fashion magazine, and I was a contributor and also a blogger with the magazine. I was an entertainment columnist and also the music whiz. So I did a lot of music blogging and entertainment news. From there, got admission to study mass comm, and while I was in school, I got the opportunity to be on radio and TV in Benin, and started my own thing while in school, alongside hosting shows in school, scaling the school fence at night to go and do red carpets for free, by the way, but then it was, and then I had my own, I was co-organizing a concert in school, a few concerts and a pageant. And then I started my own thing. It was called Campus Prodigy. I wanted to do my own TV content. I wanted to also celebrate young people like me who were doing something already and not waiting for society to tell them what to do or for school to give them the opportunity to do something afterwards. So I started Campus Prodigy back in school. All of these were almost happening concurrently, being on radio and TV, and also hosting events and shows and organizing my own concerts in school. So all of this happened in my school days. I had to leave school to do work outside. And once we were done with school, boom, I came back to Lagos and I continued the journey on TV as a red carpet host and a content production, yeah. I was in content production for a media house and also hosting some of their TV shows and red carpet shows. And from there, we're crawling, and once it was time for me to do more trainings to start up another thing that I love to do, I took a break to do the training and also sought opportunities to do what I've been training for. Like I had said earlier, I've been doing all of this drama thing and da. So obviously, I always knew I wanted to do this thing. So I just wanted the time to be right. And when it felt like the time was right, I plunged into it. For film, I think my journey in film started as an actor. Just when I thought I'd done presenting, writing, and all of that for a bit, and I wanted to go into acting, I went for, well, I saw a post about an audition that I had missed. And I was sad because, I mean, I would have loved to try at least audition. I'm a shy person, but then at least try to audition and see if I can get the opportunity. So seeing that I'd missed the opportunity, I just followed the page that sponsored the post and I kept in touch. So they were having end of the month party, I think. And I was like, okay, I'm always working. Maybe I should distress and just go here, meet new friends, network, and just do something else aside work. So I went for the end of the year party then people were obviously like familiar with each other. They were playing games, playing cards and all of that. And I was just in the corner waiting for my turn. Then I felt like I wasn't doing anything. And the spirit just dropped it in me to ask for the MD. I mean, I said to myself, this is the same people that put out audition. Maybe I should just let them know that I'm available if they are calling for auditions again, and I wouldn't mind coming in. So I asked to see the MD, and then he was kind enough to actually pay me audience. I think it was when I got to his door, I realized that, what am I actually doing? This is me asking to see the MD of a company who I don't know at 7 or 8 p.m. on a Friday night at the end of the month. This man is obviously tired. So I'm like, he says, come in. And I go to sit there, and I was blabbing. All I really wanted to say was that I'm available for auditions, and I don't mind actually coming on their production set to see how, sort of intern, quote unquote, see what they do and also learn more while at it. And they asked me, young man, do you want to audition? I said yes. And boom, he gave me a script to study and called the cameraman who said they were done for the day. They had brought out the cameras and anything. So he auditioned me with his smartphone. And I'm grateful for the opportunity, actually. I mean, he auditioned me with his smartphone. And from there, I got a call back to try again. Even at some point, I gave up because I felt I wasn't giving them what they wanted. I was surprised to get a call back. And that became my first acting gig, was MTV Sugar. I'm very grateful for the opportunity to have started out on a platform as huge as that, because it gave me the push I needed. And that was it. I plunged into film. And then I was able to meet more people who I could show some of my writings, who were interested in seeing how we could make my writings into film. One of them is Judith Aldu, who gave me the opportunity. And then I've always been the person who wants to take trainings. I don't believe solely in, talent is all there is. Talent is key, right? It's a key ingredient. But you can be talented and you have not been able to harness it or hone it. The way to go about it is meet people who know these things or who've done these things ahead of you, or who actually are in the business of teaching it or letting you know more about it. And so I'm always the person who wants to go for trainings and all of those things. So I took a training with Afrif. Hida Dokubo was my trainer. And then I did a masterclass in acting, after which I got a scholarship to further train in film, acting and filmmaking. From there, the journey, I went to France, did a few, I think a month and 2 weeks of training. And then I started to take more trainings in writing, story classes, before I got the opportunity to be part of the inaugural class for the Moses Akerele Factory, where I did a full year training in filmmaking. And from there, I learned more about everything I do now, from production to directing. I directed my first short film while I was at the Moses Akerele Factory, just to try myself out and see if I could do something. And the film has gone on to win awards, even outside Nigeria, and screened outside Nigeria as well, and in Nigeria. And all of this just gave me the boost to where I am today. If I'm going back to when I started working as a blogger and a magazine contributor, I think I'll be counting 10 to 11 years now put together. I think it's, if I'd give my perspective of the movie industry in Nigeria, really, I would say it's a striving and growing industry, one I'm very proud to be a part of. The tenacity, the amount of talent, the strength, and the cravings to do more that you find among filmmakers in Nigeria is top-notch. And I really love the fact that these people keep putting effort into what they believe can be better. First, it gives me the room to live. I mean, this is what I know how to do, this is what I love to do. And for me, it's not just work, it is a life, it's a life pattern for me. So the Nigerian industry definitely gives me the room to live and live through my dreams. Of course, it feeds me. Yeah, mama's job. And then it makes me grow. Because the thing is, for every opportunity you get to work on a project, I like to believe that everybody who gets on a project does not want to live the same way they got on the project. As an actor, I get to be somebody else and be in somebody else's shoes, get to see life from where they're coming from. And this also helps me as a writer, because when you've experienced different characters, you can actually tell how different characters respond to different situations. And when you're writing, it really helps, because if you've not lived through something sometimes, or let's say the best way to experience something is when you live through it, right? And then you can bring it into your writing. And as a director, it really, really helps, because it feels like I've met all of these characters before. So when I meet a similar character, I understand where this person is coming from. When I'm breaking down my scripts and I'm trying to relate with the character, I understand to an extent where some of these characters have been or how to relate with them and all of that. So it's also a growth process for me. And even away from all of these things, ditch all of these caps or hats that I wear as a creative, human to human relation, it helps. You deal with, as a producer director, you probably deal with maybe a crew of 20 to 25 to 50 people sometimes. And then it's a whole lot. They're all different people. Human management is something that we're not all blessed with, right? But we learn as we go. And this gives me that room to learn how to relate with humans. It could be a character that I have been or something I have read that makes me understand, oh, why is this person behaving like this? And then you can relate with them. Of course, sometimes we lose our cool, but being a filmmaker just really helps me navigate my way around the world, really. A number of things. Story is very important to me. I'm very big on story. And if the story is good, check. I'm always careful, right, to be sure that I'm a part of a project and I'm fully there to give my all, but also with hope that whoever the persons are also coming, that are going to be in charge of production, are also coming 100%. We're not gambling. Film no be play. Our job not play, but we know they play with our job. It's not just do and give them anyhow. No, it's real hard work. If you ever are on opportunity to be on set, behind the scene, it is hard work. And all of this is what makes the film better than the last one or than another one. So I consider all of these things. Hopefully if the story is good, it's checked, like I said, and hopefully the people handling the production are coming with their big guns to come and shoot. I think about that too. It doesn't matter if it's a big name or a new face, so long we, in our conversation, I can tell that we're about to make something good. We're working toward, you know what you're doing. We're working towards something. We have conversations, we have exchanges that looks like we're about to do something that is nice. Yeah, I mean, not just blabs, but like real conversations. Then you have me. Story and the effort that the person is putting into it. Check for me. Yes, I think there are. And I also think it's everywhere, it's in every industry. But since we're talking film industry, yes, I think there are. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. I think there are sometimes. Not a lot, right? But yeah, it's bound to happen sometimes when we don't fully understand that we are all in the same one hustle and bustle. I think first is identifying that it is there, right? I know it's there. Identify the reasons why it may be there. Why would you prefer this person to this person? Why would you be in this circle and not this circle? Why would this exist? If you understand it, and you may just know how to find your way around it. For me, I keep doing me in the way I can. I am not, I'm not seeking validation of any sort from anyone. I'm open to criticism, I'm open to listening to people, I'm open to see what people or know or hear what people think about what I'm doing. But I'm not seeking for their validation. I'm happy to hear from them, good or bad. I put it back into the next thing I am doing. But it is tough for a lot of people in the sense that we are all different kind of people with different capacity when it comes to our mind and what our heads can take. So if you face segregation sometimes, for me, how I go about it is understanding the fact that it is there and it doesn't define me. Today I'm here, tomorrow I wouldn't be here. I don't want to be here because I always want to do more, I always want to get better. And when you understand the reasons why these segregations are there, as against trying to say, oh, I want to fight not being in that space, just keep doing you, keep getting better for yourself. Because the truth is, you would find happiness at some point with yourself first. That's just it. Yes, I think Nollywood has. Nollywood is wide. Nollywood is big. Nollywood is not just that place, this place, or no. No, there really isn't a structure, right, put in place. Not to say that we are not defined or we don't know what we're doing. We definitely know what we're doing. But it's not like, okay, you can't point to this is Nollywood. You can say that is Nollywood. But we are just a lot of us who exist in Nollywood. And every day, people get the opportunity to showcase what they are doing. You're a filmmaker in Nigeria, you're in Nollywood already. There's no initiation ceremony per se and all of that. But I get that what you may be asking is the mainstream, the bigger leagues. So it takes you to crawl before you run. So definitely there's a crawling phase that you would go through. And for that, the crutch is big. You can crawl as much as you want to crawl. And then hopefully you're able to run as soon as possible. But Nollywood gives room. It is just that the room may not be as much as fast rising people are looking for. And this is not just because of Nollywood. This is also because Nollywood caters to a large audience who have demands and sometimes don't understand how much they affect what Nollywood gives. Nollywood would always look at Hollywood and see Hollywood films even when they don't know the guys on it. But I don't think it's really the same around here. We don't want to see what we don't know who is on it or who's done it. Most times, many people don't give that room. So you find that a lot of people who are trying to get there are not seeing the opportunity they need because people keep asking for what they know. And that is a huge challenge. %100% yes. The next actor is my brother or sister. I mean, I'm not just here by me. We're not shooting monologues and just having one person in a film all through, no. I look out for every actor. I am low-key a casting director. I just need to know that you're looking for actors and I'm here scrolling through my phones and sending you pictures and even people that I have not met or worked with before. Because that's how it goes round. That's how the next person gets an opportunity. Look out for people, look out for your brothers and sisters because it's what we are, it's a big family. Yeah, so definitely it is your responsibility to look out for the next person. I'm not saying you have to drag the person's responsibility on your head. No, you actually have a journey too, but it's okay to look out for the next person, 100%. I'll be honest, right? We are not blind to see that there are differences in social classes. Cliques here and there, and all of that. I think one of the things I learned very early is to not fall for those kind of pressures. I grew up in a home where I was taught to be content and that I have been able to move into anything I do. It was a very early lesson in my life and I've been running with it. All I see is look and hope to be a better me tomorrow. Because when I am, then I don't care about the noise in the market. It is tough. I'm not going to even come and tell you, oh, pressure, it's easy to deal with it. Nah, it's something that you learn. if you didn't learn it at a young age, you learn it as you grow, because people will probably appreciate you more when there's volume to your job, when it looks like you're playing the big league, or who you know, who you take pictures with or roll with. The world has their standards that they measure in. And then sometimes we are pressured to want to hit those standards. But no. Guy, last, you are your own person. And this is how I see it. I'm my own person. When all is said and done, I am first going to be all I first have. And mental health, I've come to appreciate more than anything, because I've seen people who go into depression, who get sad, who give up, and all of that. This is mainly because sometimes we look at what others are doing and we try to measure ourselves with it, or our successes, or our progress with it. How much see that guy now? That guy don't do like 45 films. We are just did 2. Kai. Or that guy, I know when we start to, and see I don't get company, I never even get. All of those things. In the long run, when you are all by yourself, you'll be frustrated. Or you look at Instagram and see one guy and see his car. Kai, and I don't get car. Or then you now start to try to match up that energy, regardless of what it takes, become desperate. You want to match up that energy. But in the long run, the effect is going to be on you when you are on your own. You don't even know how that guy is doing it. You don't know how they take patch am up. You don't know whether it just feels good just showing up those things, whether they are his or not, or that's just like, you don't know how, right? And then you now try to measure up to the person or the babe standard. And in the long run, you are alone fabulous, now you go to feel am. You're the one that's going to be in your room. After you have borrowed money to post and everything, people now be calling you for loan. They now be sending text messages, bulk SMS to people. Do you know this person is owing us money and running with company money? And all of those kind of things. And then you will now be depressed. All of these things are the reasons I think about, and I'm like, I'm not going to do that to myself. I walk at my pace. I'm my biggest and the only competition that I have. And that is how I do it. That works for me. The times where I see myself and I'm feeling like, okay, maybe I'm not doing enough, I constantly remind myself that I am not doing enough because I feel like I'm not doing enough, not because I feel like somebody else is doing more than I am doing. Because it is not in the amount or the bulk of work sometimes, no. It is first in how much you are happy with what you've done. It is in the opportunity to create, if you're a creator. It's in the opportunity to do and be happy with yourself. I feel like it's very relative. Everybody has a reason why they set out. For some people, they were really just about how much fame they can make from acting. For some people, how much money they can make from it. For some people, it's about just being able to show people that I can actually do this, or impact people somehow, perform to make people happy. So it's relative. If you have attained these things, whatever your goals are, if you have attained these things, then you're successful. Then you can say you're successful. I don't think how you define success may not be what I define as success. And that shouldn't affect how I define success. You may see a successful actor as one who has done 50,000 films. But there are people who have done a lot of films that you don't even know their names. Right? So that may not be your definition of success. But for them, their definition of success is that every day of my life, I get out and I do this thing that I really love to. Success. For some people, it's, get this kind of car, get this kind of money, so it's not successful. No, it's probably not just straight enough, or maybe it's not just about the money for him, right? So success is quite relative. It's very relative. Man must work, right? And as you can see, just like you said, many people have gotten the opportunity they have now from being able to showcase themselves, from being able to put themselves out there and in our faces for us to see that, oh, I can do this. So many people didn't make it past auditions. I have friends who are influencers now who are making the most amazing skits that people want to watch, but they didn't make it past a lot of auditions. And they're doing skits now after a few rejections, opportunity comes, 1 or 2 persons sees their skit, they like it, they repost, and boom, they're in our faces almost every day now. Yes, I'm totally okay with the fact that this is giving people opportunities to express themselves, because it's crazy when you can't express yourself. You just get this talent, only you just perform for yourself for bathroom. It's not interesting. So yes, I'm totally in love with the idea of what skits has done for a lot of people. I'm very in love with it. A whole lot. I mean, it's not unlike those days when you're seeing the movie, you watch like 5 adverts and know that you have to go to Weka Road on Onitsha to get this, or you go to Idumota to get all of this. Now we have social media where you can, for months, run your adverts endlessly for people to see. Where people get to know that something is coming, people get to see your work, people get to know what you've done, you probably get some more jobs or referral from it. So definitely, the social media space is doing a lot for the film industry. Also does a bit of harm in the sense that perhaps now we would easily just judge from social media, and we judge films on what people have said on social media, so we probably don't go to watch them. We cast people, or we employ people just because of the strength on social media, not exactly because of what they can offer in terms of talent. We don't give room to a lot more people because maybe they don't have the social media strength. So all of these are downsides of what social media has done, but I know that it has a great impact on the film industry positively. I think it's one of the effective ways. Film originally, people would easily say, is a tool for social change. That's way before it became business. I mean, for some people, film is just business, right? Just entertainment and business. But there's a reason why we say film is also for edutainment, right? Informing people about what they're not aware about. But it's not as timely as news, right? Where it happens for morning, they drop out for night. So yes, sometimes it may just be in satires, sprinkled satires, that you feel the impact of what is going on in society. They can try to bring it in to address issues. That is, if it's what the filmmaker is going for, or the filmmaker just wants people to come and laugh and let's make some bucks out of it. So it is always going to be one of the important tools to pass messages across, but it just depends on what the filmmaker is going for. So dive back to what I've said about satire, which is one of the tools to tackle things like politics in Nigeria. It's something like what Ayomakun AY does at his shows, where he has those stage plays, mainly just I think you're also used to do it. A lot of people used to do those kind of stage plays that can be made into movies. And that is how we address things in political space. But in our subtle ways as filmmakers, we try to infuse all of these messages in the stories we tell. If you get it, fine, but we try. Movie has its own. If you've checked, in recent time you hear that they say NBC is banning a film from showing because one thing. So it's in all of these ways that we try to try to inform people about what is happening and also deal with politics. But it's not exactly a space where we get all the full license. Because I mean, why would somebody want to ban a film? Because the film is talking about the Nigerian politics in some way, right? So most times people just don't want this NBC or whatever, Wahala, or anybody banning or somebody coming for your head, and they just want to move on. So they just make films with ease. But there are still those filmmakers among us who are keen about, it's about how you knit it in to your film, to your story. It's about how you knit it in. If they don't want you to do it busa in their face, you find a way to knit it into your story. Give the story depth in a way that people can actually see what you're talking about. So somehow, some way or the other, we find a way to still address politics and political issues in our films. Maybe... people think I have money. I don't have money. I don't have money. Please give me money. Send funds. I should give you my account number. They write it on the screen. for you people. I don't have money. People think please send money. I'm looking for money. If you do give away self, you see me under your comments. That's on the side. A lot of people don't know that I'm a very shy person, and so I've heard from people that are probably what's the word they use now? Not snobbish, no, not snobbish. In between being a snob and being proud, there are somewhere there. Yeah, I think it's a big misconception. I'm just very shy, and that I can just be laid back and I'm on my own most times, except we are ready to play. And then people don't get it often. They cause fights when we're safe. Yeah. I think there was one time somebody told me not to stop doing me. It just further reinforced what I've always thought about. I've always been the person to think that I don't have an issue doing me, I should keep doing me. And I think in the middle of a conversation with someone, it came up and I ran with it. It just reinforced what I've always thought about. And I think that really has helped me. That really has helped me because in everything I do, I just keep fighting for a better me. Not a competition with anybody or anything like that. Just keep fighting for a better me because once I am better than the last version of me that I was, forget it. I'll be okay. That would take me to think deep, but right now if I'm just thinking, I think it would be my feeding habits. You get problem, you get kill leg. Like everybody that I know that knows me, I've complained. I have a very bad feeding habit and I don't know how to change it. I've tried, my doctors are tired. Even my doctor now say anytime I have food I should send to him since I clearly don't want to eat it. Maybe that's what I would like to change because I also know it's not good. I've felt the impact, I've felt the effect over the years and I never still change. Coconut head, cheese. But that's probably one thing I know that's still here I'd like to change. It's a bit broad, yet simple. Happiness for me is fulfillment, personal fulfillment. And this has nothing to do with any other person. Happiness for me is looking at my family and smiling, looking at people that love me and smiling and knowing that we are all good health, we're fine, hunger no day, everything we want to do, we can do. Happiness for me is being at peace with people around me. Happiness for me is doing the things that I love to do, creating as much as I can. Happiness for me is finding that new idea that I want to jump on and make it work. Happiness for me is being in love with people around me. You know, I've never actually really thought about this in this way. I know I've always been that person who I want that whenever I leave the room or whatever I'm in the room, they know that I did my part as real can be. Yeah, so maybe we'll easily say that I come real as real can be for anything. I love as much as I can. I help as much as I can. I live as much as I can. Really, I don't know, man. I don't know. This is the real e-choke. Like, not in a good way, man. E-choke. I don't know how to perceive it. Every day there's one new thing. Yo, every day there's one new thing. If I could pot everybody, I'll pot everybody from here on. It's crazy. I don't know. I don't know. I think the painful thing is I don't know what is going on. I don't know what is. I can't understand. Just when you think you've seen it all, then you're banning Twitter. What does it even mean to have to do with anything? We're feeling unsafe every day. I want to ban Twitter. It's amazing that we didn't see some tweets, but we saw that one. I don't know. Like I said, you see that King Sunny Ade song, Iwaju lolo ko iwa mi lo, Enyisa lolo ko iwa mi mo. We don't know. The car is just going. What's now? What's next? What is that thing I want to do I have not done? There's a show that I've been trying to do. I'm saying here first. There's something I've been trying to do. I didn't find the money. But when that money comes, I'll do it, and I hope people love it as much as I love the idea. What's now? I co-own an audiovisual company, Allow 365 Media, and we have been working on a lot of things that we can't wait to share with you guys. We've made 2 feature films, 2 short films, and we're working on some web series and some other projects. Personally, we've done things for people, but this one personally, we have a couple web series coming up. We can't wait to start sharing all of those with you guys. And there are some things I used to do that I've missed, if you know what I mean, and I can't wait to get back to doing them again. So, keep fingers crossed, we're back in a bit. What's next? Make more money. Make more money. And create as much as I can create. I think I'm at a point in my life where I just want to enjoy doing everything that I love. Of course, I've always liked to plan them, or acting, or writing. I've always liked to plan them and make sure that they're not clashing. It's tough, but then this has always been what I've wanted to do. But what's next? There are films coming out, there are new projects coming out, and other things that we've never tried out before that are coming out. I cannot, before they arrest me, I can't let the cat out of this bag yet. But you guys will be one of the first to know when it starts to happen. Yo, what up guys? My name is Moses Akerele. They call me Ogbeni Mo. And right now you're watching Screen Talk on SIMPLETV. Don't change it. Malo change it. They'll change you. I mean it. You can see our handles showing on the screen. Please like, subscribe, share. Help us sell what we are selling and buy what we are selling too. Thank you. Not to you. Okay, to all of you.